Hey guys, Kenny here. First, I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out our offer. This is the last offer that we are ever going to put in front of this audience, ever. We're not doing this stuff anymore. We're moving on to other things. We have a lot of other stuff going on, Cameron and I. I'm not really going to talk about it too much here, but there's a lot of other, obviously we have our offline businesses that we do and coaching stuff that we do. But we have other stuff outside of the internet marketing arena that we're focusing on much more these days as opposed to this stuff. So this is the last thing that we're going to do, and we believe it's the best product that we've ever put together. And I'll get into that in a couple seconds here. But before I get into that, I just want to say, when it comes to offline marketing, I've been doing this stuff for 8 years now, I guess. 2007 to 2015, almost 2016. So about 8 years. The number one problem that people have is either closing the deal and getting the client, right? Or providing the service. And if you look on the offline section of the Warrior Forum, you will see every single post, like literally every one of them, is either, how do I get the client? Or, holy crap, I just got one, what do I do now? Right? Those are the only two questions that are ever asked. So what we've decided to do is solve both of those problems quickly and easily with this system that we put together. Okay, so as you can see there, it's the system that we put together that 90% of our prospects say yes to us on the first call. And it's an incoming call. It's not an outgoing call, so you don't have to worry about that. It's an incoming call, and 90% of the prospects that come in say yes to us on the first call. Now, I'm going to be very upfront and honest with you. In my opinion, it's extremely weak. Okay? It is. Listen, I want to hear the word no. I'm a salesperson, right? I want to hear the word no because I understand that when I hear the word no, that's when the fun begins, right? That's when the sale is made. It's not made, if I just hear yes all the time, it gets boring, right? All I'm doing is picking up laydowns. But most people aren't like that. Most people don't want to hear the word no. So what we've done is we've created a prospecting system that cuts out literally all of the rejection. There's no possible way that someone could say no to you, because here's the thing. If they're going to say no, they're going to say no before they actually make the call. So the only ones that call you are the ones that actually are like, how do I get started? Like, that's really what we hear on the telephone. It's like, how do we get started? What do we do next? And all that stuff. So your job is to answer the phone and take payment. Okay. Now, number two, I said before, two problems, right? Number one, how do you get the prospects? Number two, or how do you close the deals? Number two, how do you provide the services? The service that we have put together here that sells with this system, there's literally hundreds of thousands of people that are ready, willing, and able to take on your clients for you. And your profit margin is like through the roof. You can get this service fulfilled for $200 a month. And, our average client is like $3,000 a month for just what we're offering here. Okay. Now, when you first start off, it's not going to be $3,000 a month because you want to get some deals under your belt. You're going to lower your price a little bit. That's just the way it works. But still, the profit margin is through the roof. So I want to go through some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about here. Obviously, you see there, get your first client worth $2,000 per month by the end of today. Listen, if you're watching this right when we first launch it, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's very possible. If it's tonight at 9 p.m., maybe not, right? But within the first 24 hours, if you do the stuff that we teach you in this training, you will have a client within the first 24 hours. There is just no way around it. You just have to do it. It's just as simple as it gets. Okay, so if you see here some of the people that have went through this training, we have one person here sent out, I think he was doing some emailing stuff, sent out 14 emails, and like we said, sent out 14 emails, one came back and said, where do I get started? That's the key to this whole thing, right? It filters out all of the people that would have said no to you, and it doesn't let them get to you. And that's really the key. Now, again, if you're not afraid of rejection and you like hearing the word no, and you're like me, and you like being in that battle mode of the sales process, maybe this is a little weak for you. I don't know. But if you're just someone who wants to hear yes, and here's the check, yes, here's the check, yes, here's the check 2 or 3 times a day, or however often you do it, then this probably is for you, because there is no way that they can get to you if the answer is no. The only people that are going to be calling you are the people who already have their credit card out in their hand, ready to buy from you, okay? They're filtered out. All the no's are filtered out before they ever get to you. That's really, really important to understand that. All right, so let's go through some of the stuff that we're going to be. You can read all the stuff if you want to. It's kind of boring. I wrote it, but it's pretty bad. Let's go through some of the stuff here we're going to be talking about. First of all, we're going to talk about prospecting. Okay, that's module number 1. Don't really worry about video number 1 because it's module. This is a couple videos in each module, and some of them there's one video, whatever. But we're going to start off with prospecting. Then we're going to talk about getting your proof. In order to sell, you have to buy this or not. I don't really care, but listen to this. Listen to me, okay? In order to sell something to anybody in the world, you have to be able to prove that your product or service is going to provide a solution to whatever problem they're looking to solve. It's just that simple. Okay, if you're trying to sell someone something, they have to want it already. That's number 1. Your job is not to convince them that they need it. That's a big mistake. Your job is to convince them that you're the person that they should buy it from, not that they need it. They should already know they need it, okay? But your job is to convince them that you're the person that should provide it, number 1, and number 2, that your solution is actually going to provide it. Right? Because if the solution is not going to provide it, if you don't have proof to back up your claims, they're not going to believe you because they just met you 10 minutes ago, right? So you have to have the proof. And we're going to show you how to get that. And here's the key to this. Even if you've never done this stuff before, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can pull somebody off the street and have them set up with this system, tons of proof to show their prospects in 15 minutes. Okay, maybe not 15 minutes. And an hour. I think the video, I did it before and after, like how I get the proof. I did it, I think, in an hour. And I had 29 pieces of proof in an hour. So it's like, it's stupid easy. Doesn't cost any money. And anybody can get it very, very easily. And once you have the proof, well, you can go to a client and say, look, or a prospect and say, look, these are all the things that we've done. You're in. It's just that simple. Here's all the things that we've done. It's over, right? Because again, remember, they already know they need it. They already know they want it. You just have to prove to them that the solution's going to work for them, and you have to show them why you're the one they should buy it from. If you do those 2 things, it's done, okay? And we do that all for you because, again, the no's get filtered out before they get to you. So by the time they get to you, they said, yes, this is going to work for me. Yes, the proof is good enough. Yes, I trust this person. Yes, I want to do it. That's the only way they call you. They do not call you if the answer is no, ever. It's impossible for them to get to you. Okay. We have some marketing stuff here, some templates that we have. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Cameron did that video. This is some of my stuff here. We're handling people on the telephone, right? I have fancy names for all this stuff, but I'm just going to tell you what it is because whatever. Video number 4, video number 5, talking about how to handle that incoming call, right? Because listen, I get it. I've trained probably 50,000 salespeople across the United States and part of Europe over the past 8 years. I understand it. Even though everyone's saying yes, and you know that, even though it's an incoming call, it's still a little bit of a freak out thing, right, for a lot of people. So even though those 2 things are there, they're only going to say yes, you know that, and it's all incoming calls, you get that. Even though those 2 things are there, it's still a little bit of a freak out because you still have to pick up the phone, and you still have to say to the person, okay, awesome, would you like to put that on a Visa or a MasterCard, right? You still have to close the deal. You still have to ask them for money. They're not just going to, pick up the phone and say, oh, yeah, hi, how you doing? 436765. They're not going to read off a credit card number. You got to ask them for it, right? So how do you handle that call, number 1, and close the deal? Number 2, how do you do what's called a button up? I mean, a lot of people talk about closing a deal, but they forget about the button up. After you get the money from someone, you have to do what's called a button up of the close so that it doesn't fall apart after you hang up the phone, right? So we'll go through that as well. We'll talk about how to get unlimited leads for free. I didn't do this video either. Cameron did, but it's really good. I watched it, actually, which I very rarely do. I don't watch any of the stuff that we do, but he did this video, and it's really good. It talks about how to get unlimited leads for free all day long. You take these leads, they're all free, they don't cost you anything. You put them through the system, and the only ones that come out of the system are the ones that you know are going to say yes 100% of the time. Okay? That's how it works. And then there's some other stuff here. We go into shutting the deal down again, a little bit more in depth here in video number 7. We have some fast action bonuses. Local List Machine 2.0, not 1.0. This is Local List Machine 2.0, so ignore the sales copy there. This is Local List Machine 2.0. Brand new training that we just put out probably about 3 weeks ago. We're going to include that for free with this training program. We're also going to have a high-ticket Q&A call. Listen, I don't edit, so I just coughed, whatever. High-ticket Q&A call where you're going to be able to listen to coaching calls with us and our students. So we have people that pay us thousands of dollars a month to work with us on a one-on-one basis, and in a group setting and stuff like that. And you're going to get recordings of those training sessions. Not all of them, but there's going to be a couple of them that specifically apply to what we're talking about here. You're going to get them for free. You're going to get email templates from us. I'm going to do a crap load of telemarketing stuff. Even though you don't need it here, I'm still going to include it in there because you can apply it to other things. So we're going to go into things like tonality, right? The tone of your voice, the pitch and inflection of your voice, and how that makes a difference when you talk to someone on the telephone and in person. We're going to things like pacing, right? How do you pace somebody? If somebody's on the phone and they're talking like I am right now, and you come into them and you say, "Hi, Joe. My name is John," you're going to lose them in 5 seconds. All the way around, if somebody's talking on the phone, they're saying, "Hi, how you doing?" and you talk like me, you're going to lose them. So you have to learn how to pace the other person. We'll talk about that in that as well. And this is just a bonus. You don't need that at all for the training, but you can apply it to other things that you're doing, because sales and influence is the number one skill you'll ever learn in your life. If you learn that, you never have to worry about money again. I coughed again. Next bonus, outsourcing everything. This is really important because you want to be able to eventually, maybe not right in the beginning, but eventually build a team of people so that you could separate yourself from the business. I currently have, this is not correct, I have 49 people in Punjab, India, that work for me. And the way that I have it set up, I'll give you a little bit of the overview. The way that I have it set up is I actually only have one person that works for me. And that one person, his name is Raj, he's in Punjab, India. He hires everyone else in the office and fires people every day and hires people, whatever he does. And all I do is pay him. Okay, so that's the way, he's the manager of the office, and he hires people in his local community. He trains them, he fires them, he hires them, he does all that stuff. I don't have to worry about any of it. I pay one person, I talk to one person, and that's it. And right now our staff, not including him, is 49 people. I also have a couple people in the Philippines that do some other stuff for me. But for my offline business, 49 people plus one manager. And I'm going to teach you how to build a team like that so you literally can give them everything. Okay? And that's really important. You don't want to build a team that just does SEO stuff, or just does, web design, or just does landing pages, or just does lead magnets, or whatever. You want to build a team that does everything, because what happens when you do that is, number one, you separate yourself from the company, but number two, more importantly, you're building a sellable asset, right? If I'm tied to the business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it doesn't run without me involved, I can't sell it, because once I'm gone, the business is over. But if I have a team of people that can do everything in the company, I can sell it to anyone I want at any time, because they don't need me. Right? It's kind of a little bit of a weird analogy, but one of my business mentors and someone that I'm really close with is a retired Navy SEAL. And one of the things that he always taught me was, when you're in that environment with those people, his team, he calls it. When you're in that environment with the team, if the guy in the front kicks down the door and gets shot in the face and gets killed, everyone behind him knows everyone else's job. So we can just pick right up and keep moving. We step over them and keep going, because everyone knows everybody's job. And you want to set up your business the same exact way. The people who generate leads for me can also code. The people who sell for me can also, do web design or whatever it is. They can do multiple things. So it makes the company very sellable. And you have to have an exit strategy. If you don't have an exit strategy, you're basically a freelancer and you're just wasting your time, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. It's a lot of stuff. It's great training. Like I said before, it's the best training, I believe, and Cameron agrees with me. It's the best training that we've ever put together. And if you do it, you purchase it. I think it's like $9 or whatever, $10 maybe. I don't know what it is, but the button's below the video. If you buy it and you do it, you'll have a client within the first 24 hours. You got to do it though, right? You can't just buy it and watch the videos and be like, oh yeah, this guy's a jerk and whatever. You can't do that. You got to buy it, watch it, and do it. If you do those three things, you'll have a client within the first 24 hours. But I'm telling you right now, if you just buy it and watch it, nothing's going to happen, right? You can't buy a gym membership and lose weight. You got to buy a gym membership and go, right? So you got to do the same thing here. You got to buy it, you got to do it, and you got to work at it. And you do that, 24 hours, you will have action. You will have clients coming into you. It's just that simple, okay? There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, as you see there. I stole that from Google, so don't say anything. Just keep that between us. But I did. Listen, it's the way it is. So that's pretty much it, okay? We're going to leave it up for 7 days. And again, like I said before, guys, this is the last product that we're going to do at this price point ever. We're not doing this anymore. Me and Cameron stuck to it 100%. We agreed. December 31st, 2015, we're done. It's over. We're not doing it anymore. So this is going to be the last one that you will get from us, the last opportunity to train with us at this level anyway. I'm not saying we're never going to do training anymore, but we're not going to do it at this level anymore. So definitely take a shot on it. It's $9, $10, whatever it is, less than the price of a movie ticket. And you can get in, you can learn a lot of stuff, and you can, like I said, client within 24 hours. You put the stuff into action, you will have clients within 24 hours, okay? That's all. If you have any questions, please let us know. If not, I hope to see you in the membership area. The button is right below this video. Click it. It's $9. Get involved, and we'll see you inside the membership area.